Hello everyone and welcome to another period vlog. So I always try to remember what period vlog number they are, and I never can because I inevitably start my period either really early in the morning or really late at night, and it's like midnight at the moment anyway. So because it's just gone past midnight, technically this is day 26, so it means I've had a 25-day cycle, which is really not that long. I think the shortest cycle I've ever had was 24 days. But I knew it was going to come early simply because I ovulated early. Around day 12 got some pain in my right hip, and I was like, that's ovulation pain. And then I looked at my calendar and it was like day 12, and usually I don't get that pain in my hip till day 16, so I knew it was going to come earlier. I guess my body's still kind of resetting itself after the patch. But yeah, I had no clue that I was on my period. I just went to the bathroom, kind of felt like I was a bit constipated or something. And then I wiped and there was blood, so my period has officially started. Anyway, I am not feeling anything right now, so I've just put a larger pad on just in case I get a bit heavier in the night. I was watching One Born Every Minute, but I'm not going to continue to watch that now because I do not need to be reminded of the kind of pain that I can go through. Oh, I have some new blinds actually, which my dad put up for me today, because I'm too broke to be able to afford ones that are the right size. So he had these done for me, and I think it's really cute. Add some more colour into the room. I'm trying to like redo my room a bit, so you might see a few changes happen over the next few videos. But yeah, I was planning for tomorrow's, or rather today's video to be something completely different, but I think depending on how quickly this period gets started, I will do this as a period vlog. Don't really have much to do tomorrow though, so I guess I'll see. At the moment, we have a heat wave here in the UK as well. It's like 27 degrees Celsius here today, which was amazing. It was so nice. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Good morning. It's coming up to 11. I woke up around like 9:20, I think, with not too much pain, so very manageable so far, which is good. I have had some breakfast, just some shreddies, and I think I'm going to need to pop to the local store. It's lovely. Well, I don't think you can see, but it's like beautiful blue, sunny, just lovely day. Always feels so much better somehow when it's like this. So I think I'll probably go out and sunbathe, because I think I said last night we've got a bit of it, not technically a heat wave here because it has to be more than 5 days, but we've got some very warm weather, which is unusual for April. Yesterday I think was the hottest day we've had in April in the UK since 1949, so it's been quite a while. And yeah, so I am just going to spend the day relaxing. I'm just watching some stuff on my laptop right now, get a bit of work done, and I'll keep you guys up to date. So I just popped out to my local store just to get some more ibuprofen because I realised I only had like 2 pills left and it's only day 1. Before I went out, I changed my pad and I am like properly bleeding, and I'm not in like agony or anything, which is really good. I mean, I'm not comfortable, but I'm not in a lot of pain, which is a good sign. Usually when I'm got my period really early, it's either like really light, which means it's not painful, but this one is like proper blood. You know, I had a pad on this morning for a good 3 hours, and like there's a decent amount of blood in it. So like I am like, my period has properly started, and the things that I've been doing this month, I've continued on with the Donquay to help with the clotting, and so far I haven't seen like any clots, so touch wood, that does seem to be working. I've been taking the CBD throughout the month as well to try and get that into my system, so we'll see if that has an effect as well, and I'll take some in a minute. And the other thing I've been doing, although not really for periods, is I've been using an infrared sauna. Now I've only been in it like 3 times so far, and once was like right at the end of my last cycle, so it won't have had an effect, I don't think, this early on. But that's actually more for my Lyme side of things, but I want to talk about that in a separate video kind of when I've figured that out a bit more, just because there's some other stuff to it that would take up the whole of this video to talk about. So I just wanted to mention it, that that's something I've done, but I don't think that in itself would have made any massive improvements yet. It's just gone 2 o'clock now. You might be able to hear the dishwasher going in the background. I've been sunbathing just for a little bit, nothing particularly interesting, I didn't film it, just me lying on a deck chair. Had some lunch, just some hummus, carrot sticks and toast, because it's easy to make, quick and pretty healthy. and now I'm just relaxing again, watching some more stuff. There's nothing much happening today, to be honest. One of the things I was kind of planning to do was like a big cook, what's the word, like plan meals, that kind of stuff, you know, when you make large quantities of food for the week. And I think I'm hoping tonight I feel okay still, and I'll just make a bigger batch of like curry and rice or something. Hence the reason I've needed to use the dishwasher to wash up some of the saucepans. But yeah, I've just been so bad this week with my diet because I wasn't feeling too great on Monday and Tuesday. Part of the reason for this is because I started a new book series. It's kind of like the what was it? It was originally the Mortal Instruments, but there's a couple of spin-off series off of that. And I wasn't particularly keen on the Mortal Instruments, but I liked it enough that I decided to read on like some of the other ones. And then I just started another spin-off series of that, which is some of the characters from those original books, only to discover that I'm reading, it's a trilogy, and I'm reading the second book. The third book doesn't come out till December, and I'm like, usually I try and wait to read a series until all the books are released, because otherwise I know like it's going to leave you on a cliffhanger, and I hate that. I always want to know what happens next. But yeah, thank God I didn't discover this series earlier though, because the book that I'm reading now, the second book, came out in May last year. It's more than a year and a half later the third book comes out. So, I mean, thank God it's only like 6 months or something. But now I'm torn because I've got to like part 2 in the book, and it's kind of like, okay, there's a definitive, it's not finished, but it's, you know, there's no cliffhanger at this point. And I'm like, do I leave it there and just forget about the book until close to the time? Or do I read on? And I'm almost certain I'm going to read on. But like really and truly I should just leave it, because otherwise it's going to make me, I get so emotionally involved in characters' lives. I'm like, these are real people and I can't just leave the story here. But yeah, you know. Also, like, you know, when they put in those little hints that someone from the first book who's like the main character might die, and you're just like, what's gonna happen? Yeah, it's really annoying me right now. So I was really annoyed I didn't check that beforehand. Other than that though, nothing else is really going on at the moment. Good for business. Oh, the new pads, by the way, were restocked finally. We had so many issues with like the factory and stuff for this, but there's a load of new prints, including, some people really love this new unicorn print. Then there's some pink hydrangeas, camo. I always trying to put a real mix in. Some rainbow splash, you know, obviously in all the sizes as well. So if you want some of these, be sure to head on over to the website, which is always linked in the description bar of these videos, like usual. So yeah, that's the only thing that's really been happening though, because for so long I was kind of like so caught up in what was happening with them that I was just trying to get through, you know, day-to-day stuff. But yeah, now that they're there, they're up on the website, I can kind of relax a bit about work. I've done all my emails for the day. I don't think there's anything else I have to do. Obviously I have to upload this video this evening. I think I might have already said this, but I was going to go and meet a friend at 4 o'clock today, but I don't feel quite up to it. I'm actually okay right now. I haven't had to take any more pain meds so far, which is pretty good. I've taken just the CBD and rubbed on some of that nice ginger Femna roller, which I put in my last review. The last video I did is the Femna review, and that they seem to be managing it okay for the moment. So yeah, we will see. I haven't checked if I'm like still bleeding. I might have had like a little break. Might start again a bit later, but we'll see. Mother Nature. So it is 5:45 now, and today's actually been pretty good. Yeah, pain very manageable. I mean, I've had like a few little, you know, bumps, but that's perfectly normal. Nothing like I have had in the past where it's been agony. It's been very manageable today, which is great. I also remembered at about, I think like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock today, that I had the CBD patches, which technically they're not legal anymore in the UK, but I bought them before I realized that. So I like, and they cost a lot. So I have these, I was just using them up really. And I don't know if that has helped, or if it's just that I've gone past like the heavy bleeding part. I haven't been particularly heavy today in terms of like how much blood I've lost, but I've been bleeding enough that it's like moderate. I am actually probably bleeding, so I didn't need to take any tranexamic acid, which is like a suppressant because it hasn't been that heavy. But that's great. And then I think about an hour or so, will try and start to get cooking for my dinner and to make those, what's it called, meal prep, that's the word, meal prep, for like the next few days, just so I have like some healthy stuff available if it does get worse tomorrow, for instance. The real test will actually come tonight, whether or not this period is going to be okay, because usually in the evening it's the worst. But because I've had a whole day of it being pretty okay, I've got, you know, my fingers crossed, I've got my hopes up it might be okay. I am going to end this vlog today rather than film tomorrow as well, because tomorrow I've also got nothing really planned. So I did give in the end. I'm reading the book. I've decided that's going to be better. So I've just got my book to read and I've done my work. Actually, I've got one more person to call today. But yeah, been very chill, lovely. I love it when it's sunny. Like, I am so much better in the sun. I think I know I have vitamin D deficiency, and so does most of the UK, I think, because we don't get it that often. But I saw my neighbour, got out in the sun today, slept before a sunbathe. Just, yeah, it's been a very, very pleasant day, very calm day, but very pleasant indeed. It's nice to have a manageable period, and it also means that next week the whole week should be fine for me to do anything, which I'm like, yes. I had a few things I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do because my period was due like obviously like Tuesday, I think, next week, but because it's come like 5 days early, it's actually really helped for that. Although it has then screwed up something else, because I was supposed to be going on holiday kind of around in early July, and I think it's now going to fall slap bang in my period, so we'll see. But yeah, that was just a quick update. So I've decided that I'm actually feeling okay enough that I'm gonna try putting in a menstrual cup, which I rarely ever do on the first day of my period because, like, I don't want to be uncomfortable or anything. But I figured, why not? And I've actually got a couple of new menstrual cups this month to try out. So one of them is this, I've already reviewed this, it's the monthly cup, but this is the mini version that they've made, and it also comes in blue. Now you can see the blue dot. So I can try this one, and there's also another cup I'm trying out. I'm not doing a review on this cup, I've just been sent it by somebody who wants me to try it out for some charity stuff, but it's a cup that's actually made in Zimbabwe. It's called the Butterfly Cup, and I was surprisingly impressed by this cup actually when I first saw it, considering how affordable it is. But yeah, I'm just checking out like whether I think it's very different to look at a cup and think, okay, it's gonna work, compared to actually trying it out. So I think I'm gonna give that one a go and then do the monthly cup tomorrow maybe, but I will have a review done on this one soon, or rather like an updated video, because I've already got a monthly cup review up on my channel. Oh, maybe I'll do one on the yeah, I'll think about it. I'm sure I'll probably end up doing another review. I inevitably will, but for the moment I think I'm going to stick to the Butterfly Cup and just give it a try out, see how I like it. I ended up getting distracted by my book, so it's like 8:30, well, it's like 8:45 actually now. I decided to have some beans on toast because it's nice and easy to do. And I'll just take my meds with this, but I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Today, as I said, it's been really relaxed, but like pain-wise, been okay. Oh, I tried putting in the menstrual cup, the Butterfly Cup first, and I decided actually it did spark a bit. I was still a bit too sensitive. It kind of made me cramp a little bit, so I took it out and it stopped, and I was like, okay, well, for the sake of just using pads for another day or two, it's fine. And yeah, today has been like pretty good though, so touch wood. I mean, I don't know whether this is because of the CBD, because of the Dong Quai, because of the infrared sauna, or whether it's just because my period's early. It could be any of those things. It's made this one a little bit more bearable, but I have no, oh, what's this on the, oh, it's like oil. Oh, I need to wipe the table. It could be any of those things. Did just quickly want to go over kind of what I'm taking at the moment, although now I've got sticky fingers, might not work so well. So I take magnesium, 500 milligrams every evening, and this one has vitamin B6 in it. I've also started taking, actually no, I'll come back to that in a minute. The other thing I also take is omega-3 oil. I don't actually usually take, oh, this battery's flashing at me now, not going very well. I also take omega-3, but not this particular capsule. I take a stronger version. I can't remember the brand though, it's from my chiropractor. I sometimes take an Oxytec as well, which was prescribed to me by my nutritionist. I also have B12 sprays, vitamin D spray. I take those in the morning sometimes because everyone's vitamin D deficient here. DIM and CDG, this is to help with my liver and getting the estrogen out of my system. Haven't been taking that one so much this month, though. I've only taken 2 pills of that. And then I take the Dong Quai in just some empty vegetarian capsules, just to make it easier to swallow because it's quite a strong taste. But the new thing I've been taking is this Bioselenium plus zinc tablets. They also contain vitamin C, vitamin E and B6 in it, and these seem to have completely solved my gastric issues, like my IBS symptoms. Since I started taking this little red tablet, you can kind of see it in there, it's like a small red tablet, that it's just pretty much stopped completely. Zinc has also been linked to to lowering period pain as well, so it could be that I've been taking this consistently now for like 2 or 3 months, that's also kicked in with my period. But definitely with regards, if you have IBS symptoms like really painful stools or like gas, that kind of thing, try taking this stuff. Like, it's really helped me. Or obviously consult your doctor first if you're on any meds and stuff, but just wanted to quickly say that because it does seem to have really helped me. And I do notice the difference when I forget to take it. So yeah, anyway, my battery's flashing at me, my fingers are really sticky, I need to eat this food. I will see you next week, guys, and let me know what videos you would like me to see and I'll look them up. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.